welcome back to the GSL Super Tournament. We've had some great series so far. Some of them very one-sided, but also really entertaining. Frankly, really educational. We're kind of seeing new wrinkles grow in the collective StarCraft 2 brain. Like that. Oh, we got some Linkin Park playing too. That's what you're jamming out to, Artosis.
No, this is Eminem. This is like a redo of Eminem.
Wait. Oh my God. But it sounds like Linkin Park, right?
Kind of, yeah. A little bit.
They didn't do a cover for it?
I don't know.
Maybe I just think all this kind of music sounds like Linkin Park. It kind of does.
You're like, we're watching a video game tournament. This must be Linkin Park. I'm still stuck in 2003.
This is Ryung versus SOS coming up next. I think that Ryung is a great player, but it's going to be very tough to take on SOS. SOS who overcomes all odds, especially when BlizzCon's involved at the end of the year.
Yeah. Like, if he wins here, he forces Rogue and Classic, actually one of them, to win the tournament to get to BlizzCon over him. So this is like almost BlizzCon point right now for him. But it's actually kind of funny. If he loses here and his opponent in Classic and Rogue both lose, then he actually still goes to BlizzCon. Like, he's got a pretty comfortable lead, so he doesn't need really that much. But yeah, going up against Ryung here, it's really interesting to me, right? Because Ryung, like, where his weakness lies is if you play a bunch of long standard TVPs, he'll lose over time, I feel like. Like, you put him up against the stats or something like that, it becomes a bit difficult. But
yeah,
he's a very strategic player. He'll do early things like he'll banshee you or something, right? He'll do a quick tank push. He'll do things that can catch people off guard. So I can see SOS going wrong in certain ways.
I think that he could dismantle anybody in a best of 5, but I think if you give him 100 games against some of the other top guys, they win a higher amount. But look, this is a tournament where you just have to win a best of 5, so there's no reason to assume he couldn't do that, right? Now, SOS, someone who's very cognizant about every player is playing at any point in time, in any phase of the meta, on any map, certainly is able to come up with styles, techniques, openers that can throw them off, mislead them, surprise them, you name it, or just at least get himself in a way better position and close it out with a clean, solid victory. So this should be interesting. If I have to pick a favorite, I think I'm going to go with the most boring basic answer. I think SOS should win.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't think he's going to win 3-0, but I think he might win 3-1 or 3-2. I think Ryung is solid, stable enough that he could definitely take a game off of SOS, because I think Ryung's somebody who could frankly take a game off of anybody.
Totally. Like, he'll have something planned here. He'll have some build. Like, he might just even get lucky a couple times and just take maps where the weird build he's chosen, the weird build SOS has chosen, it matches up better for Ryung. You know, that can absolutely happen with Ryung's style overall for his TVP. So
SOS, the 2-time world champion. Both times people thought he was going to lose. He proved him wrong. SOS, the player who wins any tournament with a big enough prize pool. He's like, you know what, that's enough money that I'm bringing out the good builds.
Wow, both of them having a tough time in this matchup recently.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't actually expect that from SOS.
Well, it's weird to see 2-3 because he just went 3-4 against Innovation GSL Codas Finals.
Right.
And it was like the sickest series ever, except for Game 7, where something standard just killed him instantly. It was like, oh. But look, he's got to win against TY in there, so that's good enough for me. He's super strong right now in PBT. He definitely should be favored here. And again, if he wins this, Rogue and Classic, like, one of them has to win the tournament to knock him out of BlizzCon contention. So
you can only imagine both Rogue and Classic watching with a lot of anxiety, with a lot of trepidation.
It's a hard thing for Rogue, especially being his teammate.
Yeah. It's going to go on Mech Depot first and foremost. After that, Abyssal Reef, Odyssey, Ascension to Ire, and Whirlwind, if we do have a 5th and final game. I'd say it's the solid and the practice versus the unpredictable, the wild, the crazy, the inventive. Again, I'm thinking SOS is going to take this. What about you, man?
Yeah, SOS. I definitely think he's in superb shape for this matchup, but Ryung has a lot of PBTs of his to study, and Ryung is a very kind of creative and strategic TVP player, so if he were to take it, I would not be flabbergasted.
Season 2.
in the upper right.
Ryung.
In the bottom left, in the red.
Generic Green Wings, SOS.
Generic Green Wings, SOS.
So SOS is somebody every time, even if we try to say he's unpredictable and say, well, he did this in a previous series and he made this crazy play over here, we never really know what he's going to do. Oh, yeah, thanks, man. My legs were shown in the background. That's why I shaved them before I do every cast, so I look good in case we get a shot of me on the shorts. Yeah. Now, what is this SCV doing? Surely Ryung's played this map before. He's like, oh, there's rocks there. Maybe looking for a proxy, something sneaky from SOS.
Maybe.
Or maybe he just found there are rocks there and thought, oh. He's like, oh, there's this expansion here. I could expand here later.
He's never seen
First
the map.
time playing the map. He's like, okay.
It's like, where's
a
my
ramp that says
base?
Mech construction. I wonder if he's in diagonal spots like they normally are.
Yeah, so he's proxy factory.
So it looks like he's scouting for all hidden proxies there from SOS, if there were to be any. And then I think you're right. And then he follows this up. At least it looks like it. I don't know. Maybe with hiding, a structure here. So he kind of kills two birds with one stone. Not the fastest way to get to that point in time, but it's also sort of covering all your bases there.
I kind of like this build in particular against SOS as well, because SOS is the last person that's going to open up with a robo for defensive purposes, and that in general just isn't good in PvT right now. So if you do something like Proxy Factory and Proxy Starport and just start dropping Widow Mines in there, for instance, if your opponent's Oracle is across the map, if they go Oracle, which is a pretty common opener, of course.
Sure.
They're in trouble. Here he's actually getting a Twilight, so it's hard to say. Like, is he going to do something aggressive with that? He might get a robo with it, too.
So he's getting a Widow Mine now. This is very Ryung, by the way.
Yeah, totally.
Ryung coming in here with a build. It wouldn't work the second time you did it, but the first time around.
Yeah.
And by the way, don't confuse that with what SOS does, where he seems to basically have a limitless loop of weird things he does. He's probably the best player to randomize builds. I think Ryung's somebody who comes in, he has one build for each map against each player, and he tries it out. I think sometimes it comes off as a little bit more practice than intuitive or improvised as the series goes on.
Sure.
Which is, I think, why we don't see him win as many best of fives, but we do see him have a strong showing.
Well, right now, Widowmine is out already. He's making a Cyclone, getting a Medevac as well, so there's definitely going to be some aggression coming up, whereas Glave's on the way right now for SOS. He's getting the Prism as well. He's definitely going to get some aggression going.
Yeah. Bounces the Adept back there. Okay, here we go. Medevac's going to be out. See? And then he comes forward. Yeah, I'm that good.
How did you even know?
Well, I cast this game a lot, and this is one
You'd
location
be nothing without a production tab, Jesus.
And then we have this coming in now, and there's a lot of workers here. Also, just one pylon.
Oh my God!
Like one pylon that powers everything that Protoss ever had in the whole game.
It's like a tasteless pylon.
Yeah, there's always a word for a pylon like that. Then we could capture the idea. He's still edging in on the front. Now he needs to pick this up. Pick it up. Oh my God, he got that pylon at the last second.
Yeah, he did.
Finally, he does get this one Widow Mine here. Medevac still flying around. Hold on. Oh my God, it goes right around the Marines.
Well, if he warps in a whole bunch of Adepts, he might just be
There's a
able to
lot
kill
of
him.
gates. There's a lot of gates powered right there.
Yeah.
Oops. Should he have just gone for that pylon? Because he did get one pylon here. Uh-oh. You know, if barracks aren't finished, they aren't very good. The Adepts are coming in now.
In some serious trouble
Oh
there,
my God,
but
hold on. They're both just killing each other here.
this is kind of what I envisioned coming into this series. Just like both of them kind of doing crazy builds, and one of the builds is going to match up better against the other build. It's like right now these Adepts dealing serious damage, but I mean, the harass of Ryung is hard to deal with when you don't have that much economy. You mostly have just Adepts.
Oh my God. He's not unloading or warping in. Both these guys looking super uncomfortable in this game right now. I mean, we have pictures of them on the big screen here, but this is a very awkward game where they're both kind of running around, killing each other's stuff. Oh, not going to burrow in time. In fact, he might lose the medevac if he doesn't move that out of there.
This game is definitely a bit of a slugfest right now.
Yeah.
But it's like a slugfest in a dark room that's full of lamps.
Yeah.
That aren't turned on, but like the lamps like they tip over easily.
And there's butter on the floor, all over the floor.
Butter.
Yeah. Sticks of it. Sticks and sticks, Artosis.
Are they melted or are they still like hard?
They're halfway melted. It's the most dangerous kind of butter to have all over the floor. Yeah.
Like
is there a wall at the ramp? Hold on a second. Can he actually just run up there with the depths? He can't, right?
No, he has a wall. Yeah.
He does. Okay.
It's like a reactor barracks double depot wall, I believe.
Okay. Just checking in case. And now he's got a wall in here as well.
All right, a solid wall. Let's look at that worker count. SOS is not looking strong at all, which means Ryung definitely in a nice spot if you can't get any more damage done with these adepts.
Seems like the overall attack here from Ryung gave a lot of options, whereas SOS says you have to have the warp in. Well, I mean, hey, if he gets the warp in, then he's okay too, though, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I was going to say he has to get the warp in, and then he does, so he's fine.
Oh, I love that. He actually forces that depot to come up.
He's coming up at the front.
Yeah, up at the
Adepts
top of
hitting
the ramp.
everywhere. These Adepts now retreating. I believe the warp prism was picked off by the Viking here, so there's no more Adepts that can be made. But at the same time, these Adepts just maneuvering around.
And the Adepts
he needs to get that. Does he get the depot?
There's a lot of Adepts outside as well, but with the bunker there and the wall, they're just not able to do very much. At least he is killing some.
Oh my God, it lives! It lives!
That Viking can't find it.
Oh, that's bad.
The Viking needs to learn how to use a compass. It's north, Viking! Just like your home!
I can't believe he actually didn't find it. That's insane. And the fact that it's not even out on the map, like he missed it, it's just like not moving. You can click on the Viking and see if it got a kill, guys.
Dude, I told you there's no lights in this room.
Yeah.
Despite all the lamps.
Yeah.
It's a perfect metaphor for this game, man.
Yeah, and crazy. China and banana peels on the floor. This is a messy game. Medevacs are going to be produced out doubly here. Okay, so let's kind of zoom out here for a second. It's 34 workers for Protoss, 47 for Terran. Terran seems to have teched up into a better spot than Protoss.
Yeah. Well, he's sitting here on 36 probes, 2 bases, basically only making adepts. Now he has 2 prisms, so I guess that's kind of neat, but like how are you going to win this game as it gets longer as SOS? You can't.
He doesn't have complex units.
Yeah.
He's got really basic units. He wanted to bludgeon Ryung here, and Ryung, he wanted to poke and chip away at his opponent while building up, and it looks like it's going to pay off for Ryung here.
That was his starport the whole game. That starport down there. He's just finishing one up in his main.
That's 3 DTs. Am I crazy?
Yeah.
What's
I guess one is walking around, right?
Yeah. DT's coming over here.
Now.
See if he can't do anything with this.
And the funny thing is, the Viking got lured all the way back chasing a prism to the main so the Stalker could deal with it. Like, this is some pretty classic StarCraft, and you can tell that because everything is going wrong on both sides.
Yeah. It's not the clean, perfect game we were expecting. Well, these 2 DTs come in here.
The standard macro games can be played very cleanly and nearly perfectly, but when you get games like this where both players are just, doing crazy things to each other nonstop, man, things go wrong.
Oh my God, that pylon!
No.
Go, 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 go!
You should really have a second pylon there.
I can't believe that Ryung didn't just go for that, though. That pylon's been a whole sideshow this entire game. It really has. It's been a moment for certainly me to get excited, Artosis.
Yeah. Doesn't take much.
Everything's happening. Over here, still in the Protoss main, we're seeing him tech up a little bit more, like getting Blink, for instance.
Yeah,
but, I'm worried, man. Okay, so Medevac is taken out. That's actually a fairly big victory there for SOS. Now getting Immortals out. We are going to have to see third base is taken here.
We're going to have to see either SOS, like that. Well, I was going to say kill him, but there's no real way. But he's going to need splash damage extremely soon. He spent so much money on this harass, on getting DTs out and everything, and the damage does not equal the spending. He needs to rebalance
whoa. That's going to go right by him. Okay, he spots it. Big moment. That also means that there's not actually that much over there.
It's trying to just fly around the map. I mean, I don't know if those drops are really going to do that much. He's got, with his blink finishing up, Immortal's on the way, he has DT tech. Third base is going up here. 1-1 is going to be finished for Ryung, so that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, absolutely, especially if he keeps up with the upgrades, which I'm sure he will. We may see Ryung try to poke out now. No, actually, I don't know. Protoss has stayed pretty.
It's a pretty strong,
pretty solid. Yeah. If you're both on 2 bases, you can kind of. Okay. That's going to be taken care of very easily. You can kind of just power up on 2 bases and expand out really slowly.
Yeah.
And at least utilize the tools that you have. You have all this production. And eventually, maybe you'll build up enough minerals you can squeeze out that expansion.
He's up over 20 supply right now in Army, right? He's adding in all these liberators and stuff. So as long as he moves carefully, and he's up an upgrade as well, because +1's about to finish, right? And he has double E-base, so he gets 2-2 on the way. As long as he's careful, as long as he doesn't like overextend forward and let SOS get a good engagement, he can force a good engagement for himself. His army is just better.
Yeah, he's got a ton of Widow Mines here, a lot of Liberators. There's not a ton of anti-air here for Protoss, by the way. The Liberators kind of go uncontested.
If he missteps, though, this army can kill his army for sure.
Sure. Okay, he sets up. Liberation Zone's out here. The Adepts may just shade right in on top of this. But that means the Stalkers can actually get underneath the Liberators. The Immortals are actually at like a really good angle. They're killing all the Marauders. That was a complete upside-down fight there.
Yeah.
SOS totally took that out. Really nicely done. Now we'll take out all the Widow Mines, which is only a further loss along with those Liberators.
Yeah, that is painful to lose all those Widow Mines now. Luckily, he is reactoring those and the Liberators out. But this is still okay. Ryung has his 3 bases and 2-2 on the way, whereas SOS is just now starting +1 armor. So, I mean, as that upgrade lead grows, you just gain more and more power with this bio, especially considering still we don't see anything for Splash. And the Ghost Academy is on the way.
That's true. This is one of those tighter games where it was really weird at the start, so nobody could develop as much as they wanted to or expand as much, so they're actually moving out very slowly with huge armies. The Ghosts are going to be immensely helpful for Terran, for sure. We definitely want to watch to see if they can get the shots off they need. It seems like SOS actually wants to move out. He may try to do what Ryung did, which was wedge himself between the 2nd base and the 3rd base.
Yeah, utilize some force fields and stuff.
And maybe get some good pairings for the Immortals.
Yeah. Well, those set up very nicely. Oh my god, he's going to go.
No, he's going to do it, man. Oh my god, the Wallen was lifted up.
The Immortal's not getting shots off. A lot of them in the background here, but he continues to move forward. Oh my god.
Oh, well, that's why.
A huge base
There's
trade.
His army.
But hold on, if he can get these command centers, if he can get them, then DTs can actually win this game.
Okay, but not if he can't make them because he has no gateways.
Oh, jeez. That is true.
That was like, I don't know how many other gateways there are on the map, but I don't think there's many.
No,
I think that actually, unless he remakes the pylons, yeah, that's it. GG. Ryung wins.
Okay. Very strong.
So
game
finally,
Ryung there.
that entire game I was talking about, that one pylon that just was powering everything the Protoss had. Yeah, I think you're right, though. Had he gotten all the CCs and he had a lot of Stalkers there, it's harder to hide CCs on that map. Maybe he does win with DTs, but...
Yeah. Well, you know, the thing is, the base trade was initiated. Terrans are very good in base trades. SOS had to do something. He knew he was well behind. That opening was not doing what he was looking for it to do. But this is why Ryung has a real chance against SOS, even though we kind of consider SOS to be a bit stronger than Ryung. You know, Ryung is a very strategic player. He does builds like that, and you can just catch SOS. SOS isn't the only one that can be creative and do cheesy, weird play.
For sure. Map number 2 is Abyssal Reef, our favorite map, at least for you and I, in StarCraft 2. I love the games this produces, a wide range of different ones. What does Ryung do this time around? He did a proxy. It kind of sort of worked, but SOS had his own plan to serve as well. We may have a lot of weird games in this series where they both have an idea of how to throw the other one off, but then they're both doing weird things to each other that might kind of misalign.
Well, that makes the game so fun. We saw there, right?
Yeah.
Like, everything was going wrong. Like, the Viking is missing a prism that's right there, and then, like, the Viking chases a prism all the way back and dies, and it's just like, the game gets so weird, you can't even keep track of what's going on.
We're now going into game number 2, SOS versus Ryung.
Season 2,
the bottom right in the blue, winning game number 1.
Ryung.
And in the upper left, 2-time world champion.
Jin Green Wings, SOS.
You know what? I want to talk about Ryung for a second here because, and we've done this with Gumiho and a few other guys, but Ryung has really been here since the very, very, very beginning. In fact, this guy was mentored by Slayer's Boxer in the beta.
Yeah.
If you want to go old school cool there. And I think he's had, he's always been one of the best. He's never been the best. I think he's been close to us having to say, at least ask the question, okay, is this guy the best? But doesn't quite stay on top. And I love the tenacity of this guy and the fact that he sticks with it. And he is holding his own against a 2-time world champion SOS. So you got to love an underdog. All right, but enough of that. We got a proxy in the middle of the map.
Well, I mean, this is really funny because it's proxy 1 gateway.
Uh-huh.
And I do have to say it. That's called a Wolf gate.
That's right.
Wolf made a strategy way back, and it was so fun. He would just like proxy 1 gateway and have another gateway, and then you just like make stalkers and send them at the Terran. Yeah.
You know, I feel like SOS is somebody who's taken
man.
every build ever on the ladder and just like pulls from it.
Yeah. This is super weird to see. Like,
yeah,
he has a proxy gateway. That's just not something you do.
Well, not anymore. Now the ladder's ruined for the next at least 4 or 5 days.
Dude, I mean, if this works, I'm up for it. I'll make a proxy gateway tomorrow. Totally.
There's enough guys who are kind of out of practice watching this right now, starting to get the itch. Like, oh, I could probably beat someone better than me with this. Not everybody sees this at the same time. Like, somebody hasn't seen the VOD.
Yeah, totally. Oh, that happens.
Okay. Well, so what happens with this is that the units start to show up in a really weird kind of rhythm.
Yeah.
And so it throws your defensive tempo off here. And he makes a pylon here.
Oh my God, Tasteless. He is going to force a cancel on that command center at least. That's just a fact. That command center, I cannot imagine him finishing.
Oh my God, he's sending all his SCVs. I thought he might have one of them try to repair it, but I guess he's just trying to keep him away from the bunker. I'm sorry. Oh my God, he didn't close the door. Oh no.
Well, if that bunker doesn't end up finishing, that is a real issue.
Somehow that worked out well for the Protoss, but the Zealot got knocked over the Stalker. Did you see that? He's like, I got this, man. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, he does finish that. But, you know, as a Mothership Core comes, you could take that down.
Yep. He needs more SCVs repairing that.
Yeah,
okay.
Down it goes.
Oh my God, it just shoots that Reaper in the face as it pops out. See the ragdoll of that Reaper get knocked out?
He does have a Cyclone now, so there's still some chance to holding this. No energy on that Mothership Core at the moment.
Yeah, well, he can kind of use that as a battery for attacks. Wait, what's the supply at? He's still supply blocked, man. I think actually Protoss wins. More and more units are going to come down here.
Right. Okay, he gets his supply back up there. Can't make some more units. Great grenade. The grenade actually bouncing 2 units in for the kill.
Yeah, very nicely done. What's the energy on the Mothership Core?
He's about to have another Cyclone, too, let's not forget, okay? So that's pretty powerful. This is still pretty high health on the Cyclone as well.
No, it's got a ways to go, actually. It was supply blocked during that. It's not going to be out yet. And he's going to be over the factory, I think. It's going to come out in a moment. By the way, the barracks is certainly going to go down.
Yeah.
It's just the presence of what Protoss has. Okay, now look at this. Immediately targets that one. Oh my God!
I think that's just about it.
Oh my God, there's nothing out here. GG. Evil wins. Evil wins.
Looking good down there in the bottom right. What a fool.
That was a great build, man. He totally threw him off.
That was cool. Like, people have seen pylon rushes. I'm excited to hear about the ladder tomorrow for Terran players.
Oh, yeah.
I love
Definitely a moment where Ryung's going to be salty about that. You can practice with good people all day. That's, again, you know, it's SOS. He just sort of, kind of always has the answer, like a really good Protoss player does. It's never the same answer. It's always different.
Yeah.
And that was it.
The last thing I ever expected to see was a proxy gateway against Terran. All right. I'm down for it, though, man. That was cool.
Okay, we're going to go to Odyssey now for Game 3. I have to say, I think we're going to have a series similar to the first 2 games, man. Do you think Ryung is gonna back into more normal games after that?
I could see him playing Turtley here just because SOS has never played a regular game on this map in his life.
Good point.
Season 2.
In the bottom right, winning game number 1.
Ryung.
And his opponent here in the upper left, the red.
Winning game number 2.
Winning game number 2. You beat him to it, man.
SOS.
You got to be even-handed here, even though he's
evil. Actually, I was going to say winning game number 2, but that first shot took a long time on Ryung.
Yeah, it did.
I had to space out a little bit there. Like it's going to get here eventually. Right away, SOS sends a probe down here.
Yeah, this is a map where Terran definitely can proxy in multiple locations. You can't really scout him out too quickly. The easiest way to scout if he's proxying actually on this map, because there are all those good spots, is to send the probe directly across the map.
I'm really glad you brought that up, man, because it's really important. As long as if you don't see the barracks in the main, then you just know automatically.
Yeah,
you know?
you can play blindly at that point, and he can't kill your SCV, so you know where the factor is as well. So definitely that scouting quickly on this map is important. I swear, like if you scout, like you go down your ramp and you scout the third base area, it's up above. Scout up above, it's down in the third base area. You scout both those, it's in the gold. It's like there's a lot of spots, but Ryung is playing a very normal opening here. And actually, this is the most normal already I've ever seen SOS play this map. Normally, he's out. He's going one base, making an Oracle, has a gold base by now. You know, he's making a next set of gold somewhere.
Well, you know, he might be looking at Ryung and saying, this is easier prey, and I'll try to save my special stuff for later. But we do have a probe parked over here. I also look like some nice seashells that he's by, too. He might want to take some of those.
Well,
if he wins this series, he has his lucky seashell he pulls out when he's ever feeling nervous against Terran. He's like, this is the seashell I got when I beat Ryung.
Do you seriously not care about Hermit Crabs at all? You just going to take their homes? Oh, that was sick.
Oh, my God. He just got that. That's totally not supposed to happen ever.
Sickest sniper.
But and he gets answer that. I just take one.
What if that was the perfect size for a little hermit crab? It comes on.
Now it's mine. I'm going to live in there. Sorry.
You were going to live in there?
Yeah.
If you would, I would allow that, Tasteless, but I mean...
Let's find a big one.
I'm going to call PETA, man. That's it.
By the way, there's a starport sent up here at the very, very, very top center.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised too much to see that from Ryung. He generally in big PvT matches will end up proxying Banshee. Look at this. He's still not done this command center. What am I seeing here?
We can go back down. Get the SCV. Okay, the SCV slipped away. Really bad start, though, for Ryung, just to not have that CC up.
He's going to be going into Banshee play here, it's looking like.
Okay, the Adept's is being hit. It will get away.
Third base is being taken super fast here. Oracle going to be popping out. Going into Phoenixes afterwards.
This Adept is going to be intercepted. We'll see if SOS is going to be okay and stable here. With the Oracle coming out, he does drive him back, but just out of range, really, of that. Oh, that sucks for SOS.
Yeah, SOS has a very sour look on his face.
Yeah, that's annoying. The energy goes away fast. And you got to be very, very frugal with it when you have it. Does take out the Reaper, though, with the two Adepts.
Dude, in this Cloaked Banshee, his Oracle is across the map right now. I believe he has a Phoenix, and he is making a second Oracle and a Robo. Okay, he should be fine.
So, more gateways coming down now as the third base is up and running. Was the third base actually just a response to Terran getting his initial base up late because of the CC? Or is that just like, is that expanding timing baked into the build itself?
I think it's baked into the build. When you open Oracle, you can just take a third base. Like, you don't really have to wait for their permission. There's very few builds that will actually just straight kill the third. Like, if they go directly into Cyclones and stuff, then sometimes they can take it out. But Generally, your third is safe after an Oracle.
By the way, I think Ryung knows that his starport's been spotted, so he's already sending units over here to start an attack. He can have the Banshees come in here later. But there is a Phoenix. There is an Oracle ready. Looks like it's going to be rallied elsewhere.
This is the opposite of the Gumiho Banshee right now.
Yeah.
Not rallying directly into... that was Gumiho, right?
That was Gumiho,
Yeah,
you're right.
I guess that one does. Oh,
What?
oh no!
Oh, my God!
Oh, that's bad. You don't want to be losing that Oracle like that, but at least he does get that Widow Mine.
It's kind of a funny series of exchanges here. Does take out that Widow Mine.
Tasteless.
He needs to land that.
Tasteless!
It's happening, man. He's making robots.
He's going Match, dude.
He's going Match.
Okay.
Now, is this going to work? Because we've had a lot of mech games today. Okay, hold up, hold up. Let's see how many more probe kills he can get. Hellion's coming up here. He might want to try to actually bruise these probes so he could... No, this is just not going to work at all. 2 probes have been killed after all that. Oh, wow. It tickles.
Hellion's laughing so hard right
The
now.
Hellion has a soft underbelly. When that sentry shoots it from below, it's pretty rough.
Man.
That's where all of its tender Hellion organs are exposed.
Okay, so we see Mech right now. He's going Blue Flame Hellions against SOS, who's going Charge. He's also adding in Thors, which are good against flying units. So he's kind of countering all the things that SOS is doing. And we don't see it. Look at that, 7 mines right now. Jeez.
He's good, but, you know, SOS is out cleaning stuff up. I mean, he's taking care of everything. Kind of waiting to see if he can make this work. You know, one of the big themes with Mech is that it takes a little bit to activate it.
Yeah.
You have to get a few of those key units, and they have to have that symbiosis together to where they'll actually do what they have to do. We've also seen a lot of Mech fail in the last 2 days, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, most of it was against Zerg, but we did have Gumio go Mech against Protoss.
I'm lumping it all together, Artosis.
Yeah, well...
I'm treating it all like it's the same thing. Oh, another mine.
Mech against Protoss, though, is like the rarest thing in the game, basically.
Oh my god, your death was not in vain, Phoenix.
How much info actually does he have right now? Okay, he actually has not seen that it's Mech. But he's seen so many mines. You've seen the Thor, yeah.
He's like, oh, that's funny, a Thor. I have to be worried
Where
about
does she have that? Do you think I'm going Mass Force?
He made a big robot.
Scout it. Come on.
I think he knows, man. It's SOS. Now, is it this exact unit? Okay, now he knows. There's an observer over there.
It's like, wow, that's a lot out of one.
Oh, God.
Well, that army, actually, with Blue Flame Hellbats, Charge Lots are not going to
be horrible.
Yeah. Like, he needs some Psy Storm. I feel like that's really the big counter to things like Hellbats here.
He's actually keeping him pretty busy with the Phoenixes, by the way. This is another moment he's killed an SCV that's trying to make a CC. I think he's going to do it again.
That army is super scary.
Ah, gotcha.
That army is, like, super duper scary, though.
Okay, so this army has to do... kind of has to do the damage. I don't want to talk too much in absolutes, but really, a lot is hinged on this attack here from Terran. And it's a pretty serious unit comp. A lot of SCVs to repair here.
Yeah, he's making what I believe is his first Immortal. He's going to make some Archons because he does not even have time.
Does he want to fly in here and just pick up the Hellbats?
I think he picks up the siege tanks
probably,
but he'll lose his Phoenixes really quickly if the Thor is targeted down.
Okay, he's making turrets. This is a big push.
God. This is crazy.
Oh, man, and actually the angle is not good for Protoss.
No, it is not. They're going to... Oh, my God. Charging in single file here. The Archon's getting up.
So many Hellbats, though.
Mech is the greatest! Or is it?
Does he have enough? No, there's an Immortal here on the left, man. Let's not forget about that.
Oh,
That's actually the best angle that could have been at. But reinforcements are coming in. SCV repair is actually playing a big role here, especially on this Thor. It looks like the last Thor goes down.
That Immortal was a superhero.
Now, hold on. He needs to get another Warpin round, and then he has to send, maybe even Suicide some stuff in here. Start okay, like I was going to say, pick up stuff like that. Don't lose that.
Yeah, you want to keep that alive for sure. Okay.
Now, again, Terran looks scary, but he hasn't actually got in here. He's not killing the Robo yet.
Yeah.
He's like right on the edge. I like the turret pushing, by the way.
Another warping round or so, and he can actually start to break through. The siege tanks are kind of like protecting him from getting like stalkers or anything to pick off these Hellbats. He's gonna have another mortal. He's making a Void Ray.
The attack might activate like right before this does. Oh, look at the eBay.
Oh, that's smart.
Oh my God. Artosis is getting on one knee and pulling out the ring. This is the best mech play you've seen in a while. Look at that.
Oh, Ryung.
Zealots who? Uh-oh.
Number one in my heart right now. Well, that's a good counter too.
That's the one way to do it.
Get these buildings out of here.
eBay lets you make turrets, but they don't actually kill air units themselves. That's good to know. So this is almost like a classic TVP from Brood War.
Yeah, kind of.
They're kind of pushing in. Protoss has the gold base. Now, this is scary for Protoss, but Protoss isn't really losing anything.
Yeah, I mean,
this is
great.
smart.
Yeah.
He intercepts every unit that tries to come in to help.
He has a good amount of immortals at this point. He's got a good spread of units. He is going to bust this. There's no way this holds on.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, this is getting more and more stressful for Ryung. Like, he's like, okay, here we go.
Oh, the Phoenix is coming in, lifting up those siege tanks. A gigantic flank coming in from the other side here. The Immortals dealing massive amounts of damage. And that is going to clean up that army.
GG. Okay, 2-1.
All right, Mech.
That was crazy.
Still not working against Protoss.
Sorry, Artosis. This is not your lucky day, man. At least we're getting to see the cool mech builds, but
yeah,
mech sort of trended in all the matchups right now, but not producing the results.
I hope he does it again.
Hey, man, that was handled really well by SOS.
It was.
He knew that the way to stop a slow push like that, don't let him get the position you want, but then get behind. Mech units are not coming out in big waves like Marines, right? It's not coming out 5, 6 barracks at a time. Smaller numbers of factories, Phoenixes can easily pick those up and kill them.
Yeah, his lifts were great. The Immortals really were so important there. Especially that Immortal during the first fight that came in from the angle. I thought for sure Ryung was just going to slaughter everything, and then that Immortal just like basically
it was
took
like
the whole army on.
Perfectly at the far left. Everything else would have auto-fired onto it before it got there. Right now, SOS is 1 win away. Ryung has to win every game from here on out. SOS, the 2-time world champion, hungry to go to BlizzCon again. And this tournament is a deciding factor in that. Ryung, good luck. SOS is looking pretty slick.
GSL Super Tournament Season 2.
Okay, let's see what they do. The upper left.
Ryung.
In the bottom right, in the red.
Jin Air Green Wings SOS.
Whew. Crazy game so far between these two.
Yeah, we have yet to really have a normal-looking game. By the way, everything in the Super Tournament, just like the one we did earlier this season, has been awesome. Very unusual games.
I love starting on a best-of-5. It just makes it so much fun.
I do too, man.
That's the part of the tournament that you and I always like, whether it's StarCraft 1, StarCraft 2, or, well, I would say other, but I guess that's all we cast now. But
yeah.
No, it's like the best-of-5 is where you get like the really cool matches where like these guys have truly planned for each other. It's not like they have 3 possible opponents in best-of-3 where it's like, well, I'll cheese one game and we'll go from there.
Yeah,
this is like very well planned, and
they know each other's opponents a long time in advance. Uh-oh, SOS already like, I'm annoying. I'm annoying. Probe gets away. Anything you can do to slow your opponent down. It's SOS, we want to watch the probe the whole time, see what he does.
Could do something crazy, could just go home.
Ryung has been a fan of proxying something, whether it's right away or later on. I think that is something that's always been sort of predictable about Ryung. We actually see the probe already looking for it.
Yeah, he could be doing that. He could also hide something of his own. Like, we've seen some of these DT builds recently in PvT that have been pretty strong. I don't I don't like that against Ryung just because he's playing such an off-brand deterrent. It's like your guess is as good as mine whether he'll have scans or turrets when you get there. Like,
Yeah.
he'll have like a Raven. You'll be like, oh no, that's a good counter right there. Wow.
I gotta stop trying to predict this stuff and just say what's happening.
Mr. Fancy Pants Reaper there.
Yeah.
Not getting too much done.
Getting his calves workout there. So we have the third CC. Ryung has totally dialed it back, or dialed it up, I guess, depending on what kind of fan of play you are. He's going to go for macro more here.
He adjusted the treble. He's going for a macro game. With the Oracle coming out, he can scout this really easily and easily take his own third Nexus, of course.
So, Oracle's coming along here. One thing about both of these guys, and actually this seems to be more of a trend in StarCraft 2 in general now, with the very best of the best, is some of the weirdness actually ends up coming in the mid-game. It's no longer I do this at the start, but I'm actually doing this.
Yeah.
You both open up normal and try to really secure everything, and then the weirdness begins. Then that's where the special tech units come in. Like we've seen with like multiple Oracles used in PvZ.
Yeah.
Where it still looks normal. You know, it's usually when all the players are sort of calm down and go, okay, all the BS is out of the way, right? Mm-hmm. Wrong.
And then more Oracles flying.
Yeah, and the classic laughs like an evil, wicked witch and kills everything with Oracles. Laughs like a, what is it when she tricks Cinderella into eating a poison apple? That's what he does when his Oracle's flying.
You thought he was the witch that the house landed on?
Yeah, that's
but
right. No,
he's a poison apple witch.
That's right. So here comes the first Oracle. Now this game, it doesn't seem too weird just yet. And you know, it might not be at all. They might actually just go for standard games. That's one thing about these two. They can both go for kind of that macro-esque style.
They can both play regular. They just
have it in the series.
Yeah. So the Oracle's still flying around, kind of checking everything out.
Okay, SOS, you lunatic.
So now I just wanted to.
I'll just snipe one Marine. Backs off. He's there
this.
for like 2 more seconds and everything dies.
Oh my god.
Okay.
He makes him walk through a choke so that he can go in and kill 5 SCVs.
Wow. That was just one of those bold moments.
Yeah, well.
Well, if I just do this perfectly, it's fine.
You can tell these guys practice a lot, man. They're like really good. It's like,
just for those of you guys watching home, they're trying their best. Okay, they're not just like messing around. Like this.
There's money on the line and stuff, and like this is what they do. The SOS doesn't like work at the library. Okay, you like this is how he feeds himself. Okay.
It's a good thing we're here to tell everybody what's happening.
Yeah.
By the way, man, I've been screaming and laughing so much in the SuperTournament. I think I'm going to be hoarse by the finals again.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. So the third CC is going to try to land over here. He's got some adept split up. He's going to come in again.
There's a turret that time.
Yep.
Though. It's the only way to really keep him.
Look at this. He's just confident enough. Why don't they just don't die? Okay.
He knows how much health they have.
And then Stim finishes the moment it's gone. SOS knew that though too. He was probably like, I don't know. Stim's like 2.4 seconds away from finishing. I should get out of here. So, will he be able to utilize the third base? I feel like Ryung could be in trouble actually. Although SOS is sort of floating. He's kind of staying outside of the reach of it, but he might try to pounce on that in a little bit here. How many kills do these Oracles have?
Sure.
Can't. A second. Nine on one. I didn't catch how much on the other one. 9 and
9.
9 and 9. We just make stuff up. Everybody else can see it, but we missed it.
99.
Yeah.
Okay, Colossus Tech going to be on the way after
Now,
these adepts.
As much as we've been joking, to be honest, SOS shaved off a lot of units without really losing anything. So this actually might do a surprising amount of damage.
He's chasing down these SCVs right now. Shade's in the other direction too, so it's really dangerous no matter where Ryung goes.
Big combat shield about to finish. Where are those shades going? Okay, so he's going to try to send him back in. Now this angle's not great for Terran.
But he continues to get damaged. Like, Ryung is not holding on all that well, to be honest.
I mean, this is a game of death by 1,000 cuts, really, if Ryung loses it. He's sort of just not had a victory at all in any one of the fights.
During all this time, he doesn't have a big army at home. You know, a lot of his army's actually out on the map. So if Ryung actually does pull the trigger and just kind of does an attack, I guess he comes back to clean this up, but
yeah, well, that's,
he might have been able to do a little bit of damage.
That's
there.
the big picture idea here for SOS. Is he's keeping Ryung staying back, staying at home. And actually, unfortunately, Ryung doesn't have any vision over that little corner, so the warping is going to happen.
Oh, yes, it is. He could be in some trouble right here, Tasteless.
Yep.
Oh, no,
he doesn't even care. He's like, yeah, you can see. Now I'm going to do it outside your vision. Oh, he doesn't even warp in fully. That's weird.
Tasteless, 0 for 3.
Yeah, look at that. I guess it's almost like he backs it off and puts it outside of vision, because if you don't see that full warp on some way, you know you don't know it's just 4 dips still. And then
now
he does it later. He's like, all right, now we go.
Now that the whole army's up here.
Yeah.
It's like, I want a fair fight.
No matter what we do, as long as you say it's part of SOS's plan. He's like, see, he wanted to lose the Warp Prism, because if that was killing probes.
Well, once the Warp Prism is dead, you don't expect another Warp. You
know, that being said, honestly, Ryung has really kind of continued to macro, continued to produce. He does still have an army that SOS is going to have to respect. I mean, it is eventually going to be Ryung's turn to fight on this side of the map.
He has 4 Colossus and Thermal Lance now. Well, in a couple seconds he will at least. So when you start hitting that, and you have some units kind of sitting around underneath them, that's pretty difficult to deal with right here. Has 2 Liberators, that's pretty good. He has a good set of bio as well. He gets into a nice position, that could be good, but like with this many Colossus, you can't fight it heads up.
Okay, if you Adepts come in, definitely I want to have the bare minimum coming in and attacking this, so he can still do damage, but probably have enough to be alive back at home. Okay, it's coming in.
Okay, the Liberator sieging is the
He's
important
cut
part.
the Protoss' position in half here.
But if he sends all his bio, then you can pick off the Liberators. So, okay, he keeps some of the bio at home, sends some of it forward.
I think there's
That's
one
a good way
Colossus
to do it.
at the top. And he's kind of he's doing a great job microing this.
Yeah.
Even though we're sort of watching the Observer's trying to find the big battle at the bottom, but it's sort of just happening here at the top.
But look, he sends up the Mothership Core, so that's going to help him to actually hold on. Like, if the rest of Ryung's army comes up here, then he busts everything
Look at
else.
this.
So
SOS is doing the most perfect job I've ever seen.
yeah, this is crazy.
This is so perfect. Eventually our Observer just decides to go up here, because SOS will not budge, and has not this whole time.
Look, more Liberators have come up. This position, how do you break that? I mean, SOS has been magnificent on this.
He's got Oracles to come in here from behind too, or to cut off reinforcements. I believe that's what that's for. Look at this. He just keeps juggling the Colossus in and out of the Warp Prism. He hasn't stopped him from mining. The Nexus is still there, guys.
He has a 4th base mining as well, by the way.
Yeah, way north of this. Oh!
Oh my God, there's a lot of Widow mines in there that went off.
He is. This is why this guy is the 2-time world champion.
He's so clutch.
Look at this badass sentry. Makes a Guardian Shield fighting against 2 Marauders. Well, he cleans it up. And I have to emphasize the incredible patience there by SOS to just not pull the trigger until he absolutely 100% knows he can win that fight.
Well,
hanging on with just the bare minimum at the top with like 1 Colossus, like a few Warpins.
That was the super impressive part. Like, if he loses that 3rd there, then this is a very worthwhile move for Ryung. But instead, we have SOS on 4 bases. He didn't lose that much cleaning up that push, and now the sophistication of Ryung's army is way, way lower. He's only got 2 Liberators left.
Okay, he's coming up now. Now he's disarmed the 3rd base. That's no longer a part of the game right now for Terran. And even though these Liberators are a good idea because it pulls him back, it's totally solvable. The big drop is really what we need to watch for here from Terran. And if SOS can stop it. All right, now that's cleaned up. And I think the Zealots alone are just going to force Terran to pick up and kind of end all the momentum for him. And I think SOS can...
A lot of his army came back, so at least Ryung can get that 3rd base up mining again. But really, this is looking very strong for SOS. Continually has these 4 bases, even if the Liberators do a little bit of harassment.
Okay. I think SOS played a very slow game now after he denied the 3rd base. Just cleans it back up. He's using these 2 Oracles the whole time exactly how he should. He keeps tagging the army to just sort of monitor the movements.
Yeah. Late game, that is so powerful. If you can just see where Terran is at,
especially if you get both.
Surprise you.
If you get the army and the infantry, you are in good shape.
Smicer on that Colossus, getting it away. Going to be able to pick off this medevac, maybe.
Please. Oh.
Wow. Going to be able to get out with those medevacs. So good save by Ryung. But Ryung's army, that is not a very scary army. It's only bio units and medevacs now.
Yeah, this may be.
There's not a Widow Mine. There's not a Liberator. It's just, how does he hold on here?
And now he's coming through. And this should be the beginning to the end, even with the bad angle from the bottom here with the Colossi. I think that damage they've already done is too much.
Yeah, believe you're right, but more Marauders coming down and stimming. The Marauders can do very, very well, especially if it cuts down to just Stalkers. Oh, that Colossus ends up going down, but not
Stalkers
enough
win
units.
anyways. Too many Stalkers.
Wow.
GG. SOS wins 3-1. Very nicely done. Never count him out, but I will say Ryung did a really good job. He had a really good showing.
Yeah, he did. He played some really nice games in here, and he definitely gave SOS a run for his money at times. But SOS, he gets that crucial 450 points for WCS. And now what has to happen? Rogue or Classic has to win to knock him out. That is the only way he's not going to BlizzCon, is if one of those two players on the other side of the map, or on the other side of the bracket, the side of the bracket that has innovation in it, one of them has to win the tournament. Not just that, SOS has to lose to Hero.
That's true. Man, what a great 2 days. Honestly, I don't know why we get so lucky with the games for the Super Tournament. I don't know if it's because we just start out with the best of the best 16 and we go right into best of 5s. These games have kicked a lot of ass.
They seriously have. And tonight, we actually, I mean, there was a lot of kind of one-sidedness going on. Dark just dismantling Bunny. Super Stats was super close, so that was a nice series.
Yeah.
We both actually thought Stats would take that, but Sue clutches it out in the end. And then
I don't know why I need to just stop ever doubting Sue unless it's the finals. This is I had this practice a long time ago where anytime SOS is ever in a game, I just assume he's going to win. And I'm right enough that I feel good about it, but Sue is just same thing. I got to start doing that.
And look at who's left in this tournament. 4 Protoss, 3 Zerg, and Innovation. Yeah, sounds about right.
That's right.
That's a crazy bracket, and we're doing that whole thing tomorrow.
Yeah, how funny. Just Innovation there. Well, we have some more great games tomorrow. It's going to be the same time, the same place. Saturday, Innovation versus Classic, Deer versus Rogue, Dark versus Sue, Hero versus SOS. What?
These are just crazy, crazy matchups. Oh my god. This is like... And don't forget, Classic, Rogue, SOS, these guys are all fighting for their BlizzCon spot still. Only one of them can make it.
Be sure to send AfreecaTV some love that we bang out this 4 days of awesomeness.
Hey. I think Rogue's going to win this tournament.
Think so?
Yeah.
You think that's because you think Rogue could take out Innovation?
I think that it's going to be Rogue versus a Zerg in the finals, either Sue or Dark. And I think that Rogue actually might take this tournament, but SOS doesn't need to win to go to BlizzCon. So, I mean, I don't know. It's tough, though. Obviously, Innovation's here and everything, but Rogue he's on point. And I look at that match against Deer. I think he's going to take out Deer.
I'm actually, I think, most excited about Hero.
Yeah.
Coming into this. He looked so perfect. And he skateboarded here.
He's just so
cool.
Yeah.
He's so cool.
He probably wrote a song this morning
No doubt.
that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
these are things that cool people do.
Yeah.
I bet you he drinks whiskey and he doesn't even make a face like this.
That's going to do it for the first half of the Super Tournament. We will be back tomorrow, same time, same place, 5 p.m. on the same channel on Twitch. And we will see you there for the second half of the GSL Super Tournament. We love you. Have a good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are.